Welcome to Fire Breathing Kittens, an actual play podcast. Every episode microplot is a complete adventure with a beginning and an end that fits into an overarching macroplot of the whole season. Because they stand sturdily on their own, you can listen to these adventures in any order and can skip any you don't enjoy. Though personally, I enjoy them all. Today, we are playing using the combat mechanics from a game called Dicing with Death. It is not our first time playing Dicing with Death, however, it is my first time DMing Dicing with Death. Hey, be nice. You can find this game if you enjoy these mechanics by contacting the Dicing with Death company at dicingwithdethttrpg@gmail.com. Today, we are joined by Cameron.
Hey, how you doing? My name is Cameron Fodder. I'm like just a regular guy. I've got hair, I've got skin, I've got teeth, I've got a backstory, I've got everything you want. Stop asking questions. Also, I've got, what you call them? Hands.
And Demyan.
Yes, hello. I am also an ordinary human, a little bit short-stacked, with a shaved head, also with both hands and both legs. And I'm an engineer, and I always come prepared, dressed in my pants with a lot of pockets full of all kinds of mechanical stuff, and a giant tool bag over my shoulder.
Awesome. You guys find yourselves in a market, and one of you has a list, and you are doing some shopping for the guild because there's a party later tonight. Shopping has been going rather well, and you are finding yourselves in front of what looks to be like a kitschy little shop that has a bunch of little animals made of gears.
That's creative.
Right, so let's have a look at this list. We got, on here, we got tomatoes, we got chips, we got, I can't read my own writing.
Let me see. Yes, booze. Oh,
yeah.
A lot of booze.
booze. Yeah, so we got the booze so far, and then otherwise I got this parasol, and I've got a surfboard, I've got so many other things we didn't actually want, and we don't have the tomatoes, and we don't have anything but booze. So I think we're done.
Yeah, a standard party.
As you say that, someone taps you on the shoulder, Demyan.
Ah, and who's there?
It's a smaller man, and he has a large, almost overly large, captain's hat, and a shocking kind of splat of blue hair, and he says, "You're coming with me."
Excuse me?
And he shows you his weapon. He has a sword pointed at you. Well, I guess it's not a sword, it's short. He has a dagger pointed at you. He says, "You're coming with me."
Hey, Demyan, do you want me to kill this guy?
Not in the street.
Oh, yeah. Sorry. I forgot we were in public.
Look, mister, I don't really have much time. You see, we're having a party and we have to get all that booze back to Guildhall.
Oh, maybe I wasn't clear. And he stabs Cameron.
Hey, how about we talk about this? You know, somewhere nice and private. Like a dark alley somewhere. No witnesses, you know? Like, gentlemen.
That's fine. He starts dragging Cameron off. Are you following, Demyan?
Of course I'm following, and I'm reaching for my, one of my bigger wrenches.
Y'all are in a back alley. Cameron's not looking so hot. He's looking rather melted on the floor.
Hey, I'm bleeding over here.
And, I need you to roll. I will let you get one roll in here. As you turn the corner, there are a group of 5 or 6 of these pirates waiting for you.
At least let me send a message to my mother.
What, that you died like a dog on the street?
Yeah, basically. Also, tell her that she's not getting her money back.
I'd say we just throw our booze at the pirates and run.
You guys throw booze at the fire? Okay.
Well, Demyan possibly would have to carry, but...
That's fine. I mean, I guess you can roll and see. Roll 1d6? I mean, you can bargain for more. You can always bargain for more. Or are you just throwing the booze away? Are you throwing it at them or away?
At them. Possibly to distract, so I could just grab my comrade and run for my life. I'd say it's something I might negotiate. I mean, I have crafty and I have adaptable.
I will give you 1 extra d6 for adaptable.
Yay, 2d6s. Oh, I'm fine with that.
Okay, let's roll.
It's a 6 and a 1.
They rolled a 6 and a 2. So you throw the booze, they catch it, they're very grateful. The pirates actually kind of cheer. They're like, hey.
If I know anything about pirates, it's that they love having booze thrown at them.
He says, if you come with us now, I'll kill the other one later. If you don't come with us now...
Hey, who you calling the little one?
I'll kill him now. Choice is yours.
I'm like a regular size, you know? Like a regular human size.
Only if you patch his regular-sized hole in his back or whatever.
Actually, it's a very big hole.
It's slowly getting bigger.
Very big hole in a regular-sized human.
The pirate holds out his hand and says, sure.
I don't see anyone bringing some bandages. Chop chop. Bandages first. I'm coming to revert you with you later.
Hey, is anyone else seeing that white light, or is it just me?
Wow.
Whoa. Man, am I dying quickly? Whoa.
The pirate kind of looks at you, Demyan, and says, well, the medic's back on the ship, so let's go.
Okay. Lead the way. Chop 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 chop.
They head off, and as they are headed off, you actually feel a good hit on the back of the head, and you are knocked unconscious.
It's okay. It feels like it's for story purposes.
And Cameron is left behind in the alley to proceed to death, I guess, is the nice way to say that.
What a nice way to start a game.
That's the perfect way to start a game. You know what I always say, if you don't start a game with at least one death, it's boring.
It is called dicing with death.
Yeah, exactly.
So Demyan, you come to. You don't know if it's been a few minutes later, several minutes later, hours, days, but you come to and you are chained to the wall in the belly of a ship. And currently, you are alone. Except for, of course, there's an unnamed goon guard, we'll call him Gigi, sitting against a wall, kind of whittling away at a piece of wood. Ah, you're awake.
Buddy, got some aspirin or vodka, I don't care.
I suppose. We do need you alive. He passes you a wooden cup full of a brown liquid. It smells kind of like whiskey.
I hate to do this, but that's an aesthetic. And Demyan drinks it.
It tastes like whiskey, but the aftertaste tastes like cherries, and you're not quite sure how that works.
Oh, so it's better than whiskey.
It is better than whiskey.
Hey, nice one. I like it.
Thank you. Brewed it myself. If you just wait just a second, the captain's interviewing someone, and then he'll get to you.
Okay. Can I have another?
I suppose. I'm actually really glad you like it. All my shipmates, I guess you could call them, don't really particularly enjoy the brewing arts. And he just passes you another cup.
Thank you, my friend. And Demyan drinks this time not so quick, trying to savor the moment.
As you're sitting there drinking, the door bangs open, and in, dragged, is a figure whose head is covered in a sack, and he's kind of tossed into the cell with you. And with that, Cameron's player, would you like to describe?
The new character, yeah.
Yes.
Okay, so your new cellmate is a very, very fat gnome. So, what, about 3 feet tall, 3 feet round? Basically a tennis ball on legs, but real fat.
Okay, I want to take off the bag from his head.
Oh, yeah, yep, that's what light looks like again. Oh.
I would have asked if you're okay, but you surely don't look like you're okay.
Well, I mean, if you're in this kind of, trust me, when you're wearing what I'm wearing, it's uncomfortable wherever you are.
So, what's your name, I suppose?
Oh, hang on. And the gnome reaches into his back pocket, pulls out a wallet, rifles through some bits of paper in there and goes, Jimmy Potatoes. Puts the wallet back. Yeah, the name's Jimmy, apparently.
Are you sure? You don't sound like you believe that yourself.
Hey, look, if I were you, I wouldn't ask too many questions. Look, I've said the name is Jimmy Potatoes.
Okay, potatoes. I like it. Potatoes. Potatoes are nice. Yes. Why eat cabbage when you have potatoes?
Yeah, exactly, that's what I said to the guy when they were like, hey, you really want to be named Potatoes? And I go, yeah, of course I want to be named Potatoes. Why not? It's one of my more favorite members of the Nightshade family.
Well, funny enough that you came in a bag of potatoes.
Yeah, hey, exactly. You know, you're my kind of guy. Anyway, what are we doing here?
Chilling, I guess.
Okay, chilling. Yeah, cool. I'm good with that. I chill for the next 5 to 6 hours.
Well, 5 to 6 hours later, you hear a thunking coming down the stairs into the brig, and our dear guard Gigi has been steadily supplying you with the cherry not whiskey, or whiskey with no cherry, whiskey with a cherry. We'll workshop that name later. And down comes the captain from earlier that you know, Demyan, with the blue hair, the bright red hat, and he's kind of doing the supervillain walk where he's like thunk, 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 and he says, well, now, have you settled in well, folks?
Yeah. The guard was nice. He's great.
Yeah, he's been talking all about his brewing operation that he's got going, and what was it you were saying? You were thinking of quitting the pirate life and setting up your own business? Note to everyone, the guard has definitely not mentioned anything about that. He's not mentioned wanting to leave.
To say the guard, in fact, looks kind of terrified and goes, no, I just wish I could spread my love of brewing.
You wish you could leave, is that it? Because you don't like the captain's leadership?
He said he wished he could leave to spread his brew around.
Yeah, that was it.
The captain kind of stares and says, we will have a chat about this later, preferably with the sharks. Anyways, you, and he points at Demyan, I'm looking for some information about a Nikolai. He owes me some money and items and other things.
About who?
Come on now. I don't want to have to murder you this early in the morning.
It's not nice. Too early. How about at noon?
Says, wow, okay, I guess our information was bad. Yet another strike against you there, Gigi.
Hey, don't you badmouth my good guy Gigi. He's great.
Yeah, he wants to take a load of the money you get from your whole pirating business and donate it to needy orphans. Isn't that right?
Gigi kind of looks at you and he's almost in tears. He's like, I shared my brew with you and you're trying to get me killed. Stop.
Hey, let's get something straight. Trying to get you killed is my way of saying you're a decent enough guy.
That's a weird way to say that. I suppose I'd rather be bad to you from now on.
Well, if you're in my sort of business, you like to keep the bad ones around.
What's your kind of business that requires to have the bad ones around and not the good ones?
Politics. That's it. We can end the episode there. Perfect joke. Let's go. Let's just finish it there.
Yeah, just break the DM. That's it. We're done. 20-minute episode, y'all.
Yeah. Perfect. Ooh.
The pirate captain withdraws his sword and kind of taps it on the bars and says, if y'all are done, supposing our intel was a little bad, perhaps you could help us out with a little treasure hunt.
Sorry, I'm still thinking about the politics thing.
How much is my cut and how much is the politician's cut?
Well, your cut.
I'm gonna need a minute.
Yeah.
You keep going.
Well, the cut for you will more than likely be your life, but, I mean, our intel must have been wrong because they said you were an engineer in a past life, and all we have is this map and these spare parts, and another, Gigi kind of rifles in a cabinet and pulls out a bag and pushes it through the bars, and inside there are a bunch of, like, random scraps, some pointed arrow, some kind of like magnetic looking stuff. And the pirate captain whips out a map, unravels it. And Demyan, you notice that these seem to be plans of some sort to build a compass.
So, you needed an engineer just to build you a compass.
What do you mean a compass? This is a map to untold treasures.
Demyan just pulls all the stuff out of the bag and quickly assembles a simple compass with that magnetic stuff, the arrow, and whatever what was in that bag.
Go ahead and roll me a d6. 2d6. Because you are an engineer, so I'll give you 2. To see how well you're able to follow these plans.
Crafty, adaptable, resourceful, something from that.
Yeah, I'll give you 3.
Okay, 3, it's okay. It's a 3, a 5, and a 6. 6, 5, 3.
Oh, nice. So, as you're starting to build this, you start with a simple compass, but then as you're kind of digging through the plans, seems to be a little bit more going on. And you notice, scribbled in engineer handwriting, which is terrible, right? It's almost on par with Dr. Terrible. A little note. And on that note, it says, untold mechanical wonders can be found if one only knows how to follow the mechanic's arrow.
Ooh, what a nice compass.
You notice this compass doesn't point north, but it is pointing in a direction.
Which direction? Does it matter right now?
I imagine it would be quite difficult to tell if we're in the ship's brig.
True.
I mean, for all we know, it could be pointing north.
Yeah, that's right.
We'd have to go up on deck to check.
So, give me a normal compass so I could check if it works.
I suppose, man, Gigi, you really messed up. Shouldn't an engineer know if a compass... Whatever. And the pirate passes over what looks to be like a plastic kitty toy compass. And it has like little flowers all over it, and it's bright red, and he pushes it through the bars, and he says, now don't go breaking my stuff just because you're a prisoner. My mama gave me that compass.
Wait, is this the only compass you have on the ship?
Yes.
I feel so sorry for you.
I never said we were good pirates.
Yes, I figured that out.
I mean, if that's the case, you can hardly blame Gigi for wanting to leave and join the police.
You said he wanted to spread the good word and his whiskey.
Hey, a man can do two things. Well, it wasn't police. Was it a police informant you wanted to be? You know, because you just do that voluntarily at the moment, don't you? You want to get paid for it.
Gigi just looks horrified and goes, no, sir, they're making lies, and I'm just gonna leave now. And he just runs up to the top of the ship.
Hey, my guy, wait, where are you running? Oh no, you scared him. Good job, politician.
He was a good man. I'm gonna miss him.
So that's the exact reason you decided to scare him away. Look, Captain, I see that you are not a great pirate. Did you really hope to get to any sort of treasure with that level of preparedness?
Well, of course.
I applaud your optimism, but I hate to rain on your parade, but you're not getting far with this level of preparedness. Don't tell me it's the first time you ever go out to the sea.
I've been sailing before. I went to pirate camp.
Hang on, what sort of ship are we actually on? Like, are we like in some kind of kiddie funland pirate ship?
This is a real pirate ship, and I'll prove it to you. And he opens the cell and unlocks Demyan's chains and says, come on, I'll show you.
Alright, you have a chance to impress me. And Demyan just picks up that makeshift compass that he made at Mechanical Arrow, his plastic compass, and just goes up the stairs to the deck. You coming or what?
Oh, sorry, were you talking to me? I was thinking about, well, it's not important. Can I come too? Your captain ship?
I mean, yeah, I guess.
Well, way to be decisive.
Look, man, you're making my job so hard, and I just want to be a pirate, and I just have this... And he's like ranting as you guys are going up to the top. And as you come out of the brig, you see it's a ship. It's floating in the middle of the ocean. However, it looks like it was drawn by a child. Some things are out of proportion. There's bright colors everywhere. Mainly like a red, blue, and white scheme, like a bright teal kind of scheme going on. All of the pirates are surprisingly dressed in like pretty drab pirate clothing, except for the captain, of course. He's in bright red. However, it all just seems kind of childish in a way and just off-skewed just a little bit.
Now, don't tell me we've been kidnapped by a group of theater students.
Please don't tell me you built it yourself.
Well, we didn't build it. We just designed it. And I would say that our ship designer kind of did exactly what we asked for. Are you going to help us with the treasure or not? And did you fix that compass?
Hey, remember you told us about us breaking your job? Dude, it's hard to break it even further than you do. Alrighty, I'm taking command of this operation. Possibly that's why you are going to have at least some chances of not dying terribly in a watery grave.
As you say that, you hear a yell that says, "Heads up!" And crashing down onto the deck is a piece of, like, a sail.
Basing on my engineering experience and scientific expertise, I can come to a conclusion that we and this ship are boned.
I mean, I could have come to that conclusion without the experience.
The pirate captain kind of looks a little deflated, and he goes, "Look, man, I just want to find one treasure. My mama, bless her heart, supports me as much as she can, but my dad said I was always a failure as a pirate, and I just want to be known as not even a great captain, just as Captain Harry Blue, captain of the seas and finding treasure, and can you help me out? Come on, man, that I gave you the map."
Alright, listen up, you maggots. General quarters, all hands on deck. Bring all the wood and nails you can. We need to get this mast up and running again. Quick, on the double. Move.
As you get to work, everybody kind of hops up and listens to you, and the captain's a little pouty, just a little pouty about it. But as you're noticing and you're turning the ship around, the flowery plastic compass is pointing one direction, and the compass that you made is pointing kind of not the opposite, but kind of to the left and to the quarter of it. As the ship kind of turns, as you're getting a feel for the like mechanics and how it steers and whatnot, you can get a pretty good idea that despite its looks, the children's compass is actually pointing at north, and the other compass is pointing somewhere else.
Oh, we're working. So, you got a map?
I gave you the map, man. You built a compass. I handed you a map.
That
with
wasn't
metal
a
parts.
map, that was a scheme, a blueprint.
Oh, so I guess we're kind of, well, I was told that was map. See, that's why we needed the information about the Nikolai guy, because he was the one that was supposed to help us with this whole thing, and then Gigi over here, while he was out getting brewing supplies, heard that you were an engineer, and we thought it was all great. You'd help us find the guy. He could finish our mission, and we get where we need to go. So can you see where we're at?
I mean, to be fair, Demyan, you kind of do tell everyone you're an engineer, like everyone you've ever met.
Oh, hey, I'm an engineer. Why should I hide it? I have a great diploma. My friend gave it me as a birthday gift.
So should we go forward or what?
I suppose we're just going in blind. Okay, let's just follow whatever course that mechanical arrow points.
Awesome. You all sail, and there's no land around you. You're truly in the middle of the ocean, and you follow it around, and strangely, the weather seems to be, like, perfect. There's no storms, the nights are clear, it's quiet, there's nothing going on. And the pirates are having a great time. They think you're great. They're feeding you booze, they're giving you food, Jimmy Potatoes, they're giving you all the potatoes because they assume that's what you want because that's what your name is.
I mean, that's kind of racist.
Well, if you don't want your potatoes, you can give them to me.
Hey, who said I didn't want the potatoes? I'm just saying it's culturally insensitive, probably.
You're not sure if it's insensitive.
It might have been, who knows?
Are you a politician or what? I think you should probably have a position about if it's racist or not.
Well, I'm not actually a politician. That was a clever lie. Well,
That's
not
what
really.
all the politicians say.
Don't worry, I'm much more trustworthy than a politician.
At this point, I don't care anymore.
Gigi comes up to you, Damien, and goes, sir, not captain, but kind of captain, sir. There's land ahead. And you all come across the horizon towards an island. And from the distance, it seems this island is shiny. And as you draw closer, you see there's a landing dock that leads to a metal gate. And on the three sides of the island you can see, it's like the bottom of a hexagon, is a metal wall. And it's kind of worn down from, being weathered by the sea a little bit on the bottom and discolored, but it seems to be made of bronze. Do you tell them to dock?
Probably we should dock, yes. I mean, if the compass is still pointing at this construction, we should probably take a look.
Yes, the compass is definitely pointing at the big metal wall.
Oh, I think Demyan just wants to look at this construction because his interest is piqued by it. Everything else can wait.
And the ship could sink at any moment. So it's probably best to get to land.
It doesn't sink, not on my watch, not again. I'm not letting another ship down.
As you guys dock, a gate opens, but above the gate is a message that says, "Untold treasures lie within, protected by many, foe or friend."
Okay, see? Treasure. You want the treasure? Here, we have it.
The pirates are kind of shaking in their boots, the crew is, and the captain kind of goes, "That's kind of scarier than we expected. Can you, help us out? We'll share the treasure with you. Of course, you're kind of basically part of the crew now, right, guys?" And everybody cheers, "Yeah, part of the crew. Best captain ever, blah, blah, blah." And the captain kind of looks and he's like, "Dude, can you guys help us out? We'll keep watch out here, of course."
So brave of you. Captain Mark Blue, whatever hair you had. The terror of seven seas. Bravely stood his ground and watched our backs.
See? You get it.
You don't know how to read the room, do you?
No, not at all.
I figured as much.
Hey, it's okay, I don't either.
Okay, let's see if we can open this door.
Well, actually, first things first, what I want to do before we set foot on land is I'm just going to go up onto the stern of the ship and just yank the helm off the... off its support. And I'm going to, grab some rope and strap it to my bag.
I mean, how strong is Jimmy Potatoes? Would you say?
Well, I took a second look in my wallet, and it turns out that I used to be a gymnast in the circus, so I'm surprisingly strong.
Don't forget, it's a ship made by Children Design, and if the design company who built the ship did it to the specifications, it probably wouldn't be too hard to yank the wheel off.
I mean, to be honest, I would be surprised if you you would probably squeeze the bits of the helmet and it would squeak. And go, it's probably a children's toy.
Probably it's mounted on a stick.
I mean, you are not wrong. So I guess I will be rolling one die, is what the challenge rating is.
Okay, yeah. So I'm gonna claim that with the background of being specifically a trapeze artist, that Jimmy Potatoes is much, much stronger than he actually looks. So get an extra one off that?
Yep, for sure. You can definitely get an extra dice off of that.
All right, so I'll roll 2, you roll 1. So, as we know from previous Dicing with Death episodes, for challenges, we like to just kind of state what happens before. So
if you win, it comes off easy.
If I beat you.
And you get it. If you beat me, all-knowing GM, and then if I win, it's stuck there and it's jammed. And it's a problem for when you come back out.
Well, how about I'll give you an extra little fun bargain. So if you give me an extra one, so I move up to 3d6, how about we modify it a bit? So if I win, then it just comes off. But if you win, then it still comes off, but I've managed to break the whole thing, so it won't go back on again later.
Yeah, that's entertaining. I like it. Go ahead, roll a 3.
All right. Right, ready?
Yep.
Yeah. Well, my highest roll was a 5.
Well, lucky for you, my roll was a whole 1. So you win.
Well, that is lucky. My other two were also 1s.
Oh,
So,
we almost had a stalemate.
yeah.
Yeah, so you pull it off. Do you tie it any particular way? Do you?
Yeah, I'm going to sling it across my back.
Okay.
And grab a bit of rope, sling it across my back like a bag. So we've just got this 3-foot high gnome carrying probably a helm is probably about 3 feet across.
So it's like a
Isn't
turtle
it?
shell.
Yeah.
Like a turtle shell on your back.
Like a very fat gnome with a ship's helm like a turtle shell.
And it's brightly colored, so it's a fun turtle
It's not
shell.
camouflage at all. If anything, it makes sneaking more difficult.
And y'all head towards the door, which conveniently, Damien, as you get closer, you can feel your little improvised compass warming up and glowing. And it warms up and it's glowing like it should be red hot, but it's not burning your hand. And a similar hole that is roughly compass shaped is glowing in the door as well.
Just to clarify, do I have my tool back and my gun on me right now? Did they give it back to me?
Yes.
Okay.
Yes.
So I suppose I align the compass and the hole.
And with the click of gears and the screech of something that hasn't been opened in a while but has been exposed to sea salty air, the gate slides into the ground. The door slides into the ground. And standing in front of you is a black hallway.
Yeah, they could use a little bit of lighting once in a while. So, anyone got a lamp, a torch, a lighter, anything?
I've got a helm.
The captain calls out, "Good luck, and here you go." And he tosses towards you 3 sparklers, like children's sparklers. So feel free to use those how you want. Do you continue inside?
Are there any rocks on the beach? I just want to pick one rock and throw it first in the gap.
Oh, yeah. You can pick up a pebble and throw it in the gap. Nothing happens. It just
Okay.
kind of clatters against metal.
Okay, well, боже спаси. Demyan steps forward.
Jimmy, I assume you follow.
Oh, yeah.
As you enter in, Jimmy, the gate, of course, screeches back into place.
Oh, yeah. Someone needs to oil that. Oh,
And you all are just faced with the black hallway. Are you using the sparklers to try to light your way?
We should probably use it to look if there's any switch, any lights, anything we could use.
yeah. Let's see if there's like a way to open the door from this side. Otherwise, we're gonna need another way out.
So you guys can look around. But I am gonna need a roll from somebody for finding a way out of here back the way you came.
I suppose I could do it. I'm adaptable, so I think I might get at least 2 dice to roll.
Okay, I will let you know that it is a 4 dice challenge. And if you win, you'll find something to get a way out, essentially. But if you lose, you just don't find anything.
I suppose our potato mister helps me to look for anything useful.
We could turn this into a group roll.
Yes, a group roll, which is I had this notes marked in my rules. Where are they at? Come to me.
Oh yeah. Page 10.
There we go. Okay, so for a group roll, the party rolls is 1. They start off with 1d6, but you can add individual traits and context to add dice to the pool. Bargaining can happen, but the entire group will suffer. So, what are we throwing in the pot here?
So, I have an adaptable trait. I
Okay.
don't know if resourceful or crafty could help, but adaptable will help definitely.
Yep, I will give you an extra for adaptable. Potatoes, Jimmy Potatoes.
So I have the devious trait, which under normal circumstances means that he's, well, devious, kind of untrustworthy. But I'm going to choose to interpret it like you're quite a crafty thinker. So thinking along the lines of, okay, if I were going to make a trap or like trap someone in a dark hallway, which he's probably thought about at the very least, how would I do it? Like, would I put a release mechanism in there, or where would I put it?
Okay, I'll give you an extra die for that.
Okay, 3 dice.
So 3 versus 4. We ready?
Yeah. You want to roll all of them, Demyan?
Yes, I rolled all of them. But it's not good. It's a 4, a 3, and a 1.
Okay, highest roll is a 4.
Unfortunately for you, my highest roll was a 6. So you do not find anything. However, as you are looking and you're kind of holding the sparkler, which isn't great light to see by, but it's better than nothing, you noticed that the hallway only goes forward like 8 or so feet before turning right, a sharp right. And on the walls is an inscription written in what looks to be some kind of weird language. You're not even sure if it's actually a language. And there's pictures of someone working in a lab building something.
If only we could have some light.
Do you continue forward in the hallway?
Yeah, let's keep going. I mean, to be fair, I would not have left a handy release mechanism, because, like, if you're protecting your treasure, you don't want an easy escape route.
So off we go, forward, creeping on the wall.
As you're continuing forward, there's a light up ahead. And as you enter the first chamber, you see a room full of glowing crystals. And in the middle of the room, there are 3 pillars. And they have 3 sides, like a pyramid. And one side is red, one side is blue, and one side is green. And they are all spun different ways. One of them has a blue facing in, one of them has a green facing in, and one of them has a red facing in. And with that, we are going to take our break. Today, we were joined by Demyan.
Oh, this job is so great.
And Jimmy Potatoes.
Boy, I can hardly breathe in this thing.
And R.I.P. Cameron Fodder.
Here for a good time, not a long time.
If you like Dicing with Death, or you like more Fire Breathing Kittens episodes, leave us a review. Just like...
Yeah, so... aside from leaving a nice review, which you are more than welcome to on whatever podcast platform you are listening on, you can also just comment, because the episodes are also released on YouTube if you're so inclined. So we've got this comment from Rita Gutierrez saying, "I love it," on the episode The Show Must Go On, which was the previous Dicing with Death episode. So we're always glad to see people enjoying what we're putting out. And if you enjoy what we put out, then let us know, because we are deeply, deeply anxious people. And we like people to tell us that they like us.
Social anxiety is real.
And if you're interested in learning more about Dicing with Death, you can contact the Dicing with Death creator at dicingwithdeath, TTRPG@gmail.com. Be back soon.
Today's mid-episode shout-out is, quote, "Thank you to the best Hatha yoga instructor ever, Anika, for helping me find balance and peace in a hectic world. You're a blessing." End quote. You can arrange for us to read your shout-out at firebreathingkittenspodcast.com. Did you know we also sell paperback, hardcover, ebook, and audiobook adaptations of our adventures on Amazon and Audible? You can also support us simply by telling someone about us. If there's an episode of Fire Breathing Kittens that would make someone you know smile, suggest it to them. They're not going to find out about it any other way.
Welcome back to Fire Breathing Kittens, where we are playing Dicing with Death with Demyan.
I am afraid of darkness.
And Jimmy Potatoes.
And I am the darkness.
So far, our intrepid explorers find themselves in a glowing room with glowing crystals. And there are 3 in the middle, and they have 3 sides, so they're a pyramid. One side is red, one side is blue, one side is green. There are no other doors in this room that you can see.
Well, the way I see this, we got two options. Either we do what the puzzle wants us to do, and then something opens, or we start smashing things.
Let's start being civil, okay?
Typical engineer, always wanting to be civil.
Hey, it takes a lot of effort to build these things. You have to respect the craft.
It takes a lot of effort to smash them down again. It's just more fun.
Well, smashing is another kind of engineering, but let's just respect the craft.
I call it reverse engineering. Because I'm reversing your hard work.
I don't even know where to begin here. Let's just say you're not completely right, but not completely wrong.
And that is how I live my life.
I figured as much already. So, let's go turning and spinning that pyramid thing.
All right. How do you spin them?
Well, first I want to take a closer look at the pyramid, how it's supposed to move, maybe some inscriptions, some marks, some scratches on the ground. Any clue how it moves, or it's supposed to move?
Do you touch them, or do you just look around them?
At first I want to take a closer look, just walk around, look at the ground, scratches, possible inscriptions on walls, something like that.
Okay. As you get in, the walls still have the motif of someone working in a lab and creating things in the weird language that you can't read on the bottom. And the crystals that are in the middle seem to have, are very clear for crystals, and seem to have like a tube going down the middle. So you could assume they spin somehow. And then, Jimmy, are you trying to smash or pry the other glowing crystals from the wall?
I might take out, because I got like a little silver blowpipe is my weapon. So I was going to just take that out and just kind of tap on it to see when it goes ding. You never know, they might be valuable. We can take them home.
As you tap on them, they do ring out like crystals. And if are you tapping on the ones in the middle, or are you tapping on the ones on the side in the wall?
Let's go for the side ones first.
The first one you hit, we'll say you hit a blue one. It rings a little low, a little long, and after you're done hitting it, you hit kind of a smaller one. It wiggles, like it wouldn't take much to pull it out.
Well, far be it for me to turn away from an opportunity, so I'm going to pull that thing right out.
You pull on it, and it comes right out, and you are holding in your hands a blue quartz-looking crystal. It's shaped like a long rectangle with a pointed top. It's very clear, very nice quality. You know from your little underhand dealings and suspicious nature that this is worth quite a bit of money.
And I could probably use it to stab a guy.
Yes, you could.
I mean, if needed.
Yes, if needed.
Demyan, what do you do with your spinning crystals in the middle?
Okay, since I don't have any idea how I'm supposed to align them, let's just give it a spin and see what happens when I move them around.
Are you spinning them in any particular order, or are you just giving them a spinner on a game spin?
I take my wrench, so I don't touch it with my hands, and I just nudge it little by little, and see what happens when I nudge it.
As you nudge it, one of them, they spin really easy. Like, you barely have to touch them to get them spinning. And one of them spins from red to blue. So now it matches the other blue one. And it seems to glow a little bit brighter. So now you have two blues and a green.
Let's try nudging the green one.
Do you nudge it to a particular color?
Let's see what happens when we... Wait. What colors were they before? Green, blue, and...
Red.
Red. Okay, let's see what happens if we get all three blue.
As you match all three to blue, they glow very, very brightly. And from the top, a crystal ball comes careening down. And it doesn't crash on anything, but it catches the blue light and shoots it everywhere across the room. And as it shoots it, it hits different crystals, and the different frequencies are going off. And it's almost like it's a disco party sound, but still no doors open.
Well, anyone got some music? You have a party here. Alright, let's see. What happens if we do it all green?
You spin them all to green, and again, like super easy. It's almost like a hard breeze could spin these. And they glow brighter and brighter, and as the light grows, a matching light across the room glows, and a door is opening.
That was easy. Possibly too easy. My friend, do you want to go first?
Should we just check what the red does?
You really want to know what red does? I have a feeling
Yeah.
that it's something not good.
Well, I mean, you never know, but it could be an exit. We do need to find one of those.
Okay, Demyan just throws a pebble in the open door.
Nothing happens. You do hear what sounds like steam going off, like the mechanics are letting out, but other than that, the stone doesn't get attacked.
Demyan looks into the door, and if there's nothing scary, he steps inside.
So, are we just leaving the whole red?
If you want to, you can change them. Wait till I leave the room first and change it.
Sounds good to me.
So I tried to leave the room to avoid possible splash zone.
And you're faced with another dark hallway. Jimmy Potatoes, do you spin them to red?
Yes.
As you spin them to red, they lock into place and they begin glowing like the coals of a fire that's been burning for a while. And
Come on, flood the room. My favorite trap.
as they glow, the room seems to be getting hotter and hotter and hotter, as if a heater's been turned on high. And it's a heater that seems to be directly connected to lava levels of heat. And a door creaks open from the top, and in comes pouring a wave of rubies. So I will give you a chance to find cover, but if not, you're going to be taking some damage here.
I should have brought a backpack. Oh well. Okay, well, actually, is the door still open?
No, the door has closed.
It's closed. Okay, yeah, that's fair. Can I just spin one of the pyramids back to any other color?
Yes.
I do so.
The rubies stop falling in, but I am going to give you a minor wound for getting rained on by rubies, because they are rocks.
That's fair. That's worth it. I also want to scoop up a couple. Well, as many as I can carry in my flabby little skin.
10? Does that seem reasonable? They're like apple-sized. Or baseball-sized.
Yeah, that sounds good to me.
Okay.
That sounds good to me.
I'll give you 10 rubies.
So I will conceal them within the folds of my skin.
Great. Damien, as the door just kind of disappeared, all you heard was tinkling and a rush that sounded like falling stone, and you're just sitting in the dark.
Hey! Hey! What did you do? Are you okay there? Do you hear me? Hey!
Meanwhile, I'll shift the pyramids back to green. And also, while we're here, I would quickly like to burn a stress point to remove that minor wound.
That's fine. As the door opens, the floor is littered in baseball/apple-sized rubies, and Jimmy Potatoes is standing there.
And you were like, hey, don't put it on the red.
Well,
You know, there's going to be like some enormous monster or something getting released. And look, now we're rich.
okay, you probably have a point. Demyan just opens his tool bag and scoops all the rubies he could scoop in the bag of holding.
Perfect. We'll say you got about 150 rubies that came down in the 5 seconds, because it was a big wave.
See, now we don't have to work, like, at all.
For the rest of your lives, you're set up.
Okay, let's go forward. We still need to find an exit. And the treasure that was promised.
Naturally, we do not tell the wannabe pirates about this.
They won't probably even look inside this bag of holding.
Well, no, exactly.
Yeah, they are very smart. As you continue down the hallway, the sounds of steam getting released get louder and louder, and you're hearing some clanking, almost like half-formed pieces and parts pulling against a floor and a wall. And as you continue forward, you come upon a room. There's grates on the floor, and underneath the grates, there seems to be some kind of melted rock flow, and there are half-made robot bodies strewn all across the floor. Some of them look like they might have met the business end of a sword. Others just look like someone got bored halfway through building them and just kind of tossed them down here. And others are just not activated, like just laying on the floor.
Do we see a way out of this room?
Straight through, it continues forward.
I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it. I don't like it.
Well, hey, you said that about the last one, but now we can be so rich we can buy our own country.
If you want to go first, be my guest. Come on.
Well, I was gonna say, this seems like it can go one of two ways. Have you ever thought about, how about we get inside those robot bodies, so then we got, like, armor?
So you want me to gut two of these robots, so we can use their empty husks as armor?
Yeah.
Okay, I'm sort of interested to see what's inside them.
Come on, it's gonna be cool.
Yes, cool. Machines, open, study.
Do you just grab the one that's nearest to you?
The one that looks the most intact.
Okay, as you grab the one that looks the most intact, there's one just kind of slumped next to the door. As your hand makes contact to it, its eyes fly open, and they're made of the glowing, like, blue crystal that was from the previous room, and it grabs you by the lapels of your shirt and it says, "Don't let her kill me! Don't let her kill me, please! I just want to live! I just want to live! And I don't want to die! Don't let me die here!"
You look scared. What happened?
"She's a monster!" And then it passes back out.
That's unsettling. But still, let's open her up.
Scoop away.
Okay, Demyan takes a screwdriver, some wrenches, and tries to find a way to open her up and see what's inside.
Okay, are you trying to make armor, or are you trying to make, like, an automaton you can crawl into?
At first I want to see what's inside and what I can do with it. Maybe if I can use her as an automaton, like intact, or maybe if she's broken beyond repair, we could just scoop her out and use her as armor.
Okay, how gentle are you going about this?
Totally gentle. The gentlest I can be.
Please, he's a professional.
Okay, so I am starting with 3 dice because this is not a machine you've seen before. You've never taken one of these apart, so it's going to be kind of hard to figure out quickly on the fly. If you fail this roll, she's going to attack you. But if you succeed, you're able to pry open her front panel and get into the guts.
Okay, I have my base die. I have my crafty die.
Yes, I will give you crafty.
I think adaptable is also usable here. I mean, it's not the machine I am used to, but I can adapt, reverse engineer it, and apply the basic principles of the other machines I've been studying.
Yes, I will give you adaptable as well.
And I have my toolbox, yeah, don't do it with empty hands.
Okay, fine. Yep, so that brings you up to 4?
Yes, I like my chances.
Okay, we'll do 4 and I'll do 3, and if you lose, you're getting attacked. If you win, you get her front open without activating that.
Comrade Potato, maybe you can give me a hand.
I'm more of a big picture guy, like, you know what, I'll keep watch for this one.
Okay, just stand and don't get in my way. Let the mechanic do mechanical things. Oh, so it's a 6, a 3, a 2, and a 1.
You beat my 5. That was my highest. So you managed to pop open this, and it's a mess. From your professional engineering opinion, there are wires that are connected to other wires by, like, being spliced in. There's some shoddy, like, welding work. The motherboard looks to be half melted, and it looks like someone who was not completely trained at all tried to build this.
Did this to you, you poor little thing. Is there anything I can do to this machine other than scoop you out?
Scoop it out.
You could scoop it out, or we could do another roll to see if you can fix it.
Let's see if I can fix you. I suppose I'm rolling the same dice.
And then, Jimmy Potatoes, while he's digging through, what are you doing?
Well, my initial thought was to have a walk around the room, just to see, have a look at some of these vents on the floor. But I'm also thinking that there may be a load of well, after the last room, there might be a load of steam about to cook me from within. So now I'm thinking if my little friend here can get the robot up and about, then maybe the robot can go for a little walk, test the floor.
You're just hanging?
Yeah, I'm watching the master at work. I'm also counting up exactly how rich we are.
Perfect.
My dices are 6, 5, 2, 2.
Wow, the dice really favor you today because mine are 3, 3, 4, 5. So you win. You manage. It takes a little doing, and the room seems to be rumbling by the time that you are done. But you manage to get all of the wires wired back and put in, and put her chest plate back on. And once the final screw is in, she unfolds herself from the floor and stands up and says, "Welcome to Hexagon Prison. How may I assist you today?"
Passing visit, do you know where the exit is?
Of course. Can I see some ID?
Hey, politician friend, it's Boyo. Politician friend, I need your help.
Oh yeah, sorry, I was thinking about how many
Just do it already.
Okay. Yeah, so hey, my name is Jimmy Potatoes. I'm an acrobat with the circus.
Show her your ID.
Is my identification, and also 1 second, hastily scribbling on the other side, visitor pass. Here's my visitor pass. The printer was broken.
She looks at you and says, "Scanning visitor logs. Unfortunately, they seem to be malfunctioning."
That's what I said.
That's why I'm here. I'm fixing stuff. You included. I just finished fixing you. You have such a mess here. My god. When was the last time you had tech support in?
Go ahead and we're going to do a group roll. And I will be rolling 2d6 because, yes, you did fix the robot. So I would assume you didn't install any malicious software in there. And if you guys would like to add in from just 1d6 to sell the lie.
Well, I think this would be a good opportunity to bring back my devious trait for just barefaced lying.
Yep, so we can add one in for that. And I think you could potentially get one more for the tech support label.
Yeah.
He is carrying a toolbox. It looks very official.
Also, maybe my adaptable would possibly, or crafty, be of help.
I'll let adaptable be helpful there.
I mean, we're adapting on the fly.
So we're up to what, 5? 4? I can do math. No, I can't.
That's
We'll say 4?
Yes.
Yeah, 4. Are we good with those rolls? Because it's 2 versus 4.
Yeah, that's fine by me. Do you want to roll them, Damien?
I've been rolling all the time. Maybe you should.
I mean, yeah, if... Ooh. Maybe you're going to wish that you'd done it. My highest was a 4.
What is your second highest?
A 3.
Okay, that beats my 1. I had a 4 and a 1. You got lucky. Very, very lucky.
The other 2 were also 1s.
Oh, jeez.
I'm going to put these 2 dice away. I think they both rolled 1s last time.
I think they
Them
did
in the
too.
dice jail.
Yeah.
They really don't want you to succeed now, do they?
No, they're chaos goblins like me.
So with that, the guard bot says, "Oh, I suppose we've had some malfunctions lately. Unfortunately, the only way out is through the exit in the middle of the jail, just in case, escape attempts."
Yeah, we get that, we've all escaped our share of prisons in our time, right?
What? No, I don't know what you're talking about. I'm only fixing things, not escaping.
So, say that someone told you there was a great treasure within these walls, and we wanted to protect that treasure. I know I'm only a humble visitor, but I think it would be important for tech support over here to maybe take a look at the security measures, just to make sure, you've had a load of malfunctions, as you say. If there is some great treasure in the prison, then maybe you want to make sure it's protected properly.
Of course, the treasure is held within the central jail. Well, not in the jail cell, but under the jail cell of the prisoner. Would you like to proceed forward?
Yeah, well, I mean, Demyan, how long do you reckon it'll take to fix the rest of the robots in here?
Oh, the robots. I don't even know where to begin with. Look at the damage done to them. Like those with clear signs of being slashed by a sword or something. We could spend whole day here just fixing robots.
Okay, maybe not those ones, the ones you can fix.
That depends on what's inside. I'm not some kind of guy with an X-ray vision to just look and see what's inside. How broken are they? I need to open them up first.
Yeah, well, how about you go and have a look, see whether you can get any of them up and running again? Because you never know, just in case we need a bit of, backup.
Okay, a quick diagnost check. How many of them look fixable, at least?
There's one more that looks like it could walk by itself pretty easily if you did the same thing that you did to GuideBot. The rest of them are not, and they would take a lot to fix. So you could stay. However, the GuideBot looks at you and says, "It is advisable to leave this chamber in," and she kind of pauses like she's searching a database. 2 minutes. We will be conducting an emptying.
Okay, that sounds terrible. Let's just leave it as it is.
Yeah, let's vamoose.
Fair enough. Would you like me to guide your way?
Yeah, why not?
Yes, we would be grateful.
She strides off through the hallway, and she's very confident. The light is fading. However, her eyeballs kind of light up like headlights as she's walking. And as her head kind of swings around, you see the walls are progressing from, instead of that same motif of someone building something, the person is now standing next to what looks to be like a golem of sorts and is doing one of the hail hand shapes, of course flat against the wall, 2D. And the GuideBot says, "If this is your first time visiting Hexagon Prison, we advise you to be very careful around the prisoner."
So, this prisoner, what are they in for?
Trying to take over the world.
I mean, we've all done that.
No, we haven't.
How successful was this person? Would I have heard of them?
Are you not here to... There's only one prisoner. You have a guest pass. I would assume that you would know more about it, but
I'm just trying to find out what you know, so I can line it up with what I know.
The prisoner is very dangerous. That is all we as bots are allowed to know.
Look, if the ancient robot tells you he's dangerous, and you don't want to mess with someone who's that dangerous.
No, I'm not doubting the dangerousness of the prisoner. I'm just saying, whilst I do work for the circus, I am writing an article for the Circus Times about this here prisoner and the prison itself, because, a lot of people who work at circuses end up in prison somehow. Mostly the clowns. They end up, one too many pies and they go on a murder spree, you know what I'm saying? So it's more of a...
How many of your clown friends have done something that terrible that they are sent to prison, which is meant to hold some people who try to take over the world?
I mean, it's easier to count the number of clown friends who haven't done something like that, you know?
You guys come upon a door, and it's labeled library. And the GuideBot says, "Through here, and we will continue forward." You also notice you've only been turning left, and the hallways seem to be getting shorter every 5 turns.
Okay, so there's some sort of spiral going on, so that's useful to know.
Do we get any notion of the elevation or depression? The corridor goes up or down, maybe?
It's flat. Now, you notice, because you're an architect, or not architect, you're an engineer, that the floor in some places seems to be a little worn down and dented, like it's not supposed to, but other than that, it's just a flat space.
Okay. I wonder what happened to the floor, so they had to replace it.
As you enter the library, I'm assuming you're entering, sitting in the middle is a large metal gargoyle with big wings and round glasses, and he's holding a book. And his head pops up almost literally, but it's the springs creak back and he says, welcome visitors to the Grand Library of Hexagon Prison. How may I be of assistance?
Where do I apply for membership?
We don't usually get membership offers. If you're a guest here, you are allowed to peruse my volumes. Are you looking for something in particular?
I mean, you have quite a collection here, so I might probably want to browse through it a little bit. My friend maybe also wants to browse through some books.
Yeah, actually, I think I might actually have... Hang on, 1 second. Yeah, I got an overdue book.
Is he holding a ruby? Or...
No, it's an actual book.
Oh, it's an actual book. Oh, okay.
I pulled it out of somewhere you don't want to know.
Yeah. Oh, what book is it? What does the title say?
It's How to Avoid Getting Caught When You're Doing Something Horrendous.
Is it self-entitled?
No, it's more of a how-to guide, you know?
Oh, okay. The gargoyle kind of spins on his platform and he says, according to my database, I don't have any books out, but I would love to add that to my collection. Please, place your book on top of mine.
Yeah, there you go. Ignore the fluid. It'll dry off.
And in a flash, the book disappears and you hear kind of other books shuffling around on shelves and a little slink as it slid into place.
So, Guidebot, what are we doing here?
Oh, we have to go through the library to get to the prisoner, but I also assumed, being tech support, you would like to see the schematics?
Oh, you store them here.
Of course. Where else would you store schematics?
The archive, not the public library. Some safe, secure terminal.
Well, you'll have to talk to the architect about that. Mr. Gargoyle Guardian. Wow, my personality chip seems to have been altered in some way. Can you show us the blueprints, please, and the schematics? And the gargoyle snaps his book shut and he says, of course. And several shelves fall into the floor and one shelf comes flying forward and it is just piled with blueprints and schematics and just weird little notes that say, to make a peanut butter and jelly sandwich. 2 parts bread, 1 part jam, 1 part peanut butter.
Oh my, a perfect peanut butter sandwich. That's the art lost to the world. What other mysteries does this library hold? And Demyan just looks through other schematics.
So as you're digging through, give me a luck roll.
A luck roll? That's a d6?
Yes, just give me...
1d6 v 1d6.
Yeah.
That's a 5.
And that's a 1. Wow, the dice really don't like me today. I just succeed, everybody. As you're digging through, you notice what seems to be a metal canister. And it's on the bottom of a shelf, and it's kind of buried by a lot of other plans. Do you open it? It's very fancy.
Yes, I open it. I want to open it.
As you grab it and open it, Jimmy, are you helping out with this?
I think I might just be perusing the books, quite kind of nearby, so I can hear him going, oh, smoothie maker, gallows, automated digger, hole in the wall. Oh, that's easy. I'll take that one.
As you open this up, there's a screeching sound, and the gargoyle swings open, and there's a hole in the ground, actually. But the plans that you pull out of this particular tube seem to be a quarter of a schematic for a flying ship.
That sounds familiar. Oddly familiar.
The guidebot says, well, that hole is not supposed to be there. I suppose we could fix it later. Would you like to continue on to the prisoner?
Demyan pockets that quarter blueprint and looks down the hole.
Yeah, I was going to say, let's stick our snoots down there.
It seems to be a metal slide leading into darkness.
I'm not in the mood for a wild ride down the slide into a mysterious unknown. Are you?
Yeah.
Be my guest.
Guidebot, I don't suppose there's any, rope around here.
This is a library. There's books.
Good point. I want to instigate a lock roll for randomly finding rope somewhere.
Yeah, just one 1d6.
Mhm. Yep. Go.
Yep, roll.
All right. Got a 3.
I got a 2. So you look around, and as you're looking around, the gargoyle, his back is to this hole because his stand has gotten moved. The gargoyle kind of calls out to the wall. He says, "Check the R section. Perhaps someone donated a book on escaping that came with its own DIY kit."
All right, let's have a look. What you know? Escape a DIY Guide, Prison Edition. All right, let's have a look. Oh yeah, there's a rope. How did they get all this in? Rope. Oh, shiv. More rope. Oh, they've also got some improvised explosives. Tuck that away.
You take the book with you too.
Yeah, why not? I mean, might come in useful.
All right, what do you do?
Okay, I'm gonna tie the rope to the guide bot.
To the guide, but
And then I'm gonna take the other end and tie it to myself. And then go, oh, actually, can I bring a sparkler with me?
Yes, you can bring a sparkler with you.
if I were you, I'd probably tie the rope to the gargoyle stand as it seems to be heavier than the guide bot. It would be a shame if you fly down with the guide bot.
Yeah, but it would also be really funny.
Who am I to stop you?
See you on the other side.
And you take off?
Oh yeah, I'm gonna head first.
Of course you are. As you dive down, the rope slides and slides until it finally hits taut. And Damien, the robot kind of looks at you and goes, "I don't think he thought this through," and slides down.
But
Bottom.
I have thought it through. I warned you. Demyan just comes to the end of the hole and shouts, "I warned you!"
And Jimmy, you land on, it's very familiar to you as an acrobat, a landing pad. And the robot is coming crashing and clanging behind you. So I will, if you want to, I will roll 1 dice. And if you beat me, you don't get smashed by the robot.
I think that's fair. Let's go for, well, keep on the background of a theoretical acrobat.
Yes.
Being able to, like, quick reflexes, being able to get out of the way. Also, I'd say being a gnome, very small. So if I wanted to just duck at the bottom of the slide, then it's probably somewhat easier than it would be for a regular-sized guy.
Yes. So I will roll 1 and you will roll, where are we up to? 2?
Yeah. I'll petition for 2.
1v2.
Well, that's more funny this way. Highest is a 3.
My highest is a 4.
Finally.
Which I rolled 1 dice.
Yeah.
So I rolled a 4. So as you hear it crouching down, you can't see, so you kind of panic just a little bit. And you try to duck, and then you stand up, and then you move, and the bot crashes into you, and you roll comically across this mat until you're tied to the bot with her limbs are kind of stuck in your helm, and you're all twisted together in rope. Damien, you just hear a crash, a bang, and a roll.
Are you okay down there? There.
Well, I never thought I'd be in this situation again.
Do you need some help? Help.
Well, hey, let's not go crazy about this. Can I reach the sparkler?
I will say that you had a spare tucked in your pocket that you can get to.
Yeah, as long as it's the opposite side to the explosives I put in my pocket. I don't think I would have put them in the same one, even me.
I don't think you would have put them in the same one either. I think you're
So
good.
I light up the sparkler, kind of like scrape it against the ground and go.
In front of you is a large curtain, like a big velvet drape of a curtain.
Now, if I were gonna be a take over the world type, I would want to be behind a curtain like this. So, can I extricate myself from the robot?
Yes, it is going to take some time. While you are doing that, Damien, do you follow behind? What do you do? You've lost your guide and your companion.
I turn to the gargoyle statue and ask him, Excuse me, could you please tell me what's down there and what's behind that door that we were supposed to go first?
Well, if you continue through that door, I would assume you go to the prison. Down there also takes you to the prison. It's just a more fun way for some of when the prisoner behaves.
So that's considered fun for the prisoner.
Don't you think slides are fun? All of my research in my children's books say playgrounds are great.
I thought it was fun.
Did you seriously apply children books to building a prison?
Yes. Well, not me. The architect did.
I don't even know where to start. The security of this facility is horrendous. I'm going to mark this on my report.
I will let the architect know as soon as I see them again. It has been a while since I've seen them.
How long is that a while?
100 or so years, I think. I don't really leave this spot, I am a mechanical gargoyle.
So, you say if I go through that door, I would finally end up the same place as those who took the slide.
Yeah, but you gotta take all the stairs, which, according to our studies of one prisoner, they are not as fun.
How old was this prisoner of yours?
Well, when she came into the system, the database says she was 500, and so I suppose she's gotta be about 600 now.
I think I'd rather... one last question. Do you happen to know about this blueprint? Where can I find the missing parts? And Demyan shows that airship blueprint.
I don't seem... And he's, digging. His mechanics are whirring, a fan kicks on, and he pauses for a second before going, I don't actually have a record of those schematics. I would assume whoever wrote them has the rest.
Okay. Oh, my friend, you seem to be overheating. How long since you last been serviced?
I don't think I've ever been serviced.
That's a great security and safety hazard. Demyan just pulls out his screwdriver, his oil can, and now you are going to be serviced.
Most people would be quite glad that the place they've come in to rob is derelict.
Not the engineer.
No objections. You are being serviced. Please do not resist.
The gargoyle says, I guess I'll shut down then, and he shuts down. Jump cut as you're fixing the gargoyle. 2. Jimmy Potatoes, you're faced with a curtain. What do you do?
Well, hey, Guidebot, can you stick your eye lamps on again so we can see around here?
Oh, of course. And the eyes kind of kick on and you got your 2 spotlights. And she looks around slowly.
Also, can you do a drum roll for me? A dramatic reveal.
She kind of thinks for a second. She goes, yeah, and starts banging on her head.
Hey, close enough. All right, let's see what we got here.
And you are looking at a white cell, and sitting in the middle is a glowing, female-looking person with long, glowing white hair, tattoos all across the arms and the legs that you can see, and they seem to be shaped like motherboard routes, so very geometric with little circles at the end. And she is just sitting in the middle of the room staring. And she says, hello.
Hey there.
You are not the one I expected to see.
I get that a lot.
You are a liar.
Well, hey, you got me there. If I say yeah, then I'm telling the truth. But if I say no, then I'm, what's your point?
I was hoping for someone a little more technical-minded, though I suppose my powers could be going haywire. It has been 100 years since I've seen the outside. Tell me, is the world taken over yet?
By whom?
Oh, by my golem, of course.
What, like a scrawny little guy looking for a ring, or more of a big hulky kind of a dude?
He was the size of a mountain, my finest project. Very close second to this prison here.
Oh, so you built this place?
Well, of course I had to have some place to put my enemies. However, it does seem to be that I am the one trapped here. would you like to take over the world? You could just release me.
I mean, the world is a bit screwed up. I don't like that much paperwork. Feels like a lot of work to fix it, you know?
And as she hums at you, we're back to the library, where do you do any improvements, or do you just like clean his fans out, or...
I probably want to check if his database connection works correctly. That's the most that interests me.
It all seems to be in working, if not just old, order.
Then I just bring it back to normal working condition and close the lid back.
As you close the lid, he boots back up and he says, "Welcome to the library. I am the Guardian Gargoyle, here to help you find any book you need."
So, how does it feel being serviced for the first time in like 100 years?
I feel like I can breathe and function. And he kind of like spins in place. He goes, "Oh, I don't squeak anymore. Wonderful."
You're welcome. Now we have to do one last stress test. Demyan shows him again that blueprint. Try finding information about this blueprint again, please.
I don't know how. Did you bring it in yourself? I don't have it in my database. We do sometimes occasionally get grand adventurers that come through here trying to, well, I don't know if I would call them adventurers. Aren't adventurers usually good and kind? That come through here trying to free our prisoner. One of them could have dropped it.
Maybe. So you don't mind if I take it with me, do you?
If it's not a part of the libraries, of course you can take it.
Okay, and we didn't see the temperature level rising up like it did before when you checked for this blueprint, so I guess my job here is done.
Thank you for your kindness.
By the way, you said somebody trying to free your prisoner. Could you please tell me more about the prisoner of yours?
The prisoner is known as the Architect. She's tried to destroy the world 100 years ago by raising a technologically advanced golem with like lasers and stuff.
That sounds fun. But what happened?
She was defeated by some other adventurers and placed here in her own prison.
And what happened to the golem?
It was lost at sea. Supposedly you could find it if you had enough, but personally, with my vast knowledge in this library, it's probably rust, flakes, on the bottom of the ocean.
And how long has it been down there?
100 years.
No, that's something even I can't fix, sorry. It must be all rusted and derelict and... well, it's beyond repair.
So, could I help you with anything else?
Not really, I guess. You said the slide is the way to the prison?
Yes, of course.
Well, thank you. Off we go. Demyan just drops down the hatch and follows down to the prison.
How graceful is Demyan?
As a sack of potato.
I mean, this sack of potatoes is pretty graceful.
It's true.
As a proverbial sack of potatoes, like quite a literal sack of potatoes. He is great with his hand, like little motorics and so on, attention to details, but not in the way of acrobatics.
Jimmy, you hear clinking coming down the slides, and what you assume to be a tool bag clinking across the sides of the slide. And down comes Demyan, and he hits the pad and kind of skips a little bit before sliding to a stop. And Demyan, as you come down, you see a woman with white hair and white glowing eyes and like motherboard tattoos, and she is staring at your companion.
Чтоб я еще раз... I'm sorry. I'm so sorry.
Hey, Demyan, come over here. Say hello to my little friend.
Oh, yes. Hello. Just let me collect my thoughts. Who thought that doing a slide to the prison would be a great way, not by stairs, not by some elevator, but slide. Of all things, slide.
That would be her.
Excuse me?
Yeah.
Hello, I'm the Architect. In my defense, that was a trap pit into the ocean with a bunch of sharks at one point. The people who locked me in here decided I needed some mental stimulation and gave me a slide.
Those people are monsters.
I agree.
So...
Oh, this chemistry is just electric. Let me leave your two love buds alone. Nah, I'm kidding.
So you must be the engineer?
Yes, I am. I'm an engineer.
What did you think of my work?
It certainly could use a little bit of service. Well, a whole lot of service.
Well, if you released me, we could take over the world and you could design it however you so wish.
Ah, that was you who built that giant laser-shooting whatever golem.
Yes.
I'm afraid your golem is beyond restoration.
Ah, well, I suppose we could build a new one. That is why I summoned you here. Now, those stupid pirates, they weren't very hard to take over.
No, we found that.
Yes, they're not great at being pirates. So suppose you just let me out of here and we go on our merry way and we get to take over the world.
Nah, that's too much paperwork. I'm an engineer, not a politician.
Well, okay then. Good luck getting out of here.
I mean, as far as I'm concerned, let's see. I mean, I'm not opposed to letting you go. I was just saying, like, I don't really want to take over the world because, the work. But, I wouldn't mind being part of the operation in a kind of a advisory situation, like a consultant. I get paid a stupid amount of money without actually doing anything.
Can you imagine all the work that I will have to do? Because when we take over the world, it will be destroyed so badly that I will have my work cut out for me for eons to come.
Need I mention you're the guy who walks in to rob a derelict prison and you start fixing everything?
Well, I just can't see the machine suffer.
So if everything gets broken on the outside, then you can just go and fix it. That would kind of make you happy, wouldn't it?
You see, fixing one thing or two is fun. Fixing everything, and Demyan just spreads his arms wide to show how much everything. Fixing everything is just way too much for these little hands.
And that, folks, is why you don't make your hobby your job.
Life lessons brought to you by the Fire-Breathing Kittens.
Bow.
As you two are kind of going back and forth, the woman picks up on the get paid and treasure portion of your offer and says, well, if you free me, I do have this entire box of treasures. I don't really know why they stuck it in with me. I don't know really why she's becoming a pirate, but perhaps you could just let me free and I give you, and she pulls open a chest and is just packed full of gold.
A chest of gold for letting you destroy the world. So we don't have the ability to spend all this gold since the world is destroyed. A great deal.
Well, how about we make a deal? Evidently, your whole world conquest thing didn't work out so great the first time round. So I imagine you need a certain amount of preparation time to take another run at it. Right? You don't want to just get out of here and go, hey, look, guys, I'm taking over the world here. You want a bit of preparation time. You get yourself a base, you make yourself another golem, make it better, make it a stainless steel, We have that now.
Don't give your ideas.
Make it rust-proof.
Don't give your ideas.
I'm just saying, if you, we let you out, you give us, whatever reward, and then you leave it maybe another 100 years. While you on the outside, you go get ready, do whatever you want to do, so you're prepped for your big takeover attempt. I'll leave it 100 years, and then you go.
She seems to consider your deal, and she goes, I suppose... Again, she's a pirate again. Why? She goes, I suppose 100 years is but a blink of the eye, as you can tell. I do like that deal. If you would like to free me, unfortunately for me, I didn't put any handy-dandy escape buttons in my own prison. But the door lock is over there on the left. It's a glowing red rock. If you'd like to push it open.
Yeah, hang on 1 second. Let's just get this in writing, because I've met many a good litigator in my time. One of them was actually an alligator.
Hey, Miss Guidebot, do you think there is really no way out of this prison?
Well, the way out is through the door over there, but you gotta hit... Well, not really hit. You gotta pull the lever in the rocks. I can take you out if you so choose.
Yeah, nice easy route out. We get a load of cash.
I mean, do we really need to open the cell door for it?
For all the cash, yeah.
Do you really want to have the world destroyed?
It's in 100 years. I'm not going to be around to have to deal with it.
Are you sure that she's going to keep your promise?
That's why we get it in writing.
Are you sure that she's going to stick to the writing, since she's obviously evil and wants to destroy the world?
I mean, she will if we do some kind of big demon deal. I've done it before, it's no problem. I know a guy.
I think I don't want to know what guy do you know who knows how to make a demon deal. So, Miss Guilebert, do we need to release the prisoner in order to leave the prison?
No.
See?
You can just leave if you so choose.
See, we already have a bag full of rubies and we don't have to let her go.
Yeah, but I've been thinking a lot about what retirement looks like and, what I'm gonna leave in the world when I'm not here. And I get the feeling, I get this, I don't know what you call it. It's kind of almost a regret that if I'm not here, there's no one to cause as much chaos as possible left. So I'm just looking out for my own legacy, and I just want as much chaos as possible in the world when I'm not in it.
Excuse me?
Mostly because I don't have to worry about it.
Excuse me? What do you mean by causing chaos?
Well, mischief, danger, the odd taking over the world, giant golem. I mean, not my personal style, but...
Your moral compass is so much off, I can't even describe it. No, we're not destroying the world.
I'm not saying we're destroying the world now. I'm just saying, it's not... I mean, you don't even want to, destroy the world. Just take over it, I mean, you've seen what the management of the world is like nowadays. You can't say it wouldn't be better with someone else in charge.
We are not doing this. We just take our hefty bag of rubies, open the door, not the cell door, but the exit door, and leave. Easy peasy.
I tell you what, you head off. I'm just gonna ask a couple of questions.
Demyan takes out a little bit of cable ties from his pocket on the pants. Don't make me do this the hard way.
The robot and the prisoner are just kind of tennis watching this go back and forth. From somewhere in her cell, the prisoner has produced some popcorn and is just munching.
Well, I'll tell you what, how about... I mean, what's your lifespan anyway? Human, 20, 25 months? Give or take?
Excuse me, what?
I'm just saying, you're not going to be around either.
Perhaps, if I may, as endlessly entertaining as this back and forth has been. You got here with my compass, yes?
So that was your compass.
Well, I did design the prison. It needed a lock of some kind. So you could just come back. I'm a very patient woman. You could come back later. My only request is if you do, will you bring back some kind of liquor with you? Unfortunately for me, this prison is designed to keep its prisoners alive, but not happy. I've only been eating popcorn for the last 100 years.
Demyan has a bottle of some booze left in his bag since the last adventure he had. So he just takes it out. It takes a little bit of digging through the rubies, even though it's a bag of holding. So he produces out a bottle of some liquor, I don't remember what was it, and just passes it through the window.
Ah, thank you. And she, pours out a very little amount and sips on it because she wants to save it. So, of course, you're always welcome back, or you could let me out and, let me do my evil thing.
See, that's the point. You do the evil thing. If you did a good thing, it wouldn't be that hard to leave you be free. But you are so hell-bent on taking over the world. Come on, it's so old-fashioned. Come on, taking over the world. What for? What do you even need the whole world for?
I would like to have my own palace, and to be in control of everything, and be able to invent whatever I so choose, without anyone telling me no.
Have you ever considered parallel dimensions?
I could perhaps take over a parallel dimension.
You see, I had a little bit of run-in with some interdimensional beings, and a lot of interdimensional hoppings recently, and probably You should ask them for a dimension without... Well, the dimension that is not so much populated. And probably with less water for your golem to rust.
Perhaps. Will you send them my way when you get back to wherever you're from?
Hey, you said something about a demon binding contract?
Oh, yeah, well, I mean, the idea was that, then we could make sure that she waits the 100 years before doing what she wants to do.
Okay, let's just make her not wait the 100 years, but to contact that interdimensional bureau for and apply for a dimension for herself.
All right, let me call my guy real quick. Hang on. So I'm gonna get out that crystal I got from earlier and kind of stab it into my palm to get a bit of blood out and kind of draw some glyphs on the wall. I'm gonna swap back to my normal voice now. You're gonna wander over to the far wall, draw out some glyphs and blood, and then just go, all right, let's hope there's a signal, and then go, pick up the phone.
Is there someone in particular you're wanting to call, or are you just trying to get a hold of a demon?
I'm assuming my guy knows
Knows the demon.
knows a demon. So just
the runes kind of smoke, and the wall kind of melts a little, and the floor kind of melts a little from the heat, and rising from the middle, kind of in a bathtub, like he's like scrubbing, covered in bubbles, and he goes, dude, and like just kind of screams several times, and then he snaps his fingers and the bath is gone, kind of like a Bugs Bunny cartoon-ish. The bath is gone and he's into a suit and he says, "It's a hell of a time, and Demon Contracting Inc. How can I help you?"
Hey, it's me.
Oh, it's you. What kind of deal are we doing today?
Well, it's a bit of a complicated one, in fact. This lady here wants to take over this plane, which personally I am all in favor for, because, hail chaos and all that, but...
She doesn't want to take this particular plane, but any plane.
Yeah, she's not that fussy.
My friend is having a hard time conveying his thoughts. See this woman in the prison? We want her free, but she wants to conquer a dimension, so if we want a contract, so we set her free, and she conquers any dimension, but not this.
Okay. He starts scribbling, like, snaps, and in smoke it comes up, and he goes, hail chaos and all that, and
Hail chaos.
Subsection C has to say this, and then subsection D, and then we'll just scribble on a reference to the interplanar real estate demon guy I know. He's the best in the biz. And then we'll go here, and then we just have to have an initial here, and yep, that seems about right. And he hands over the piece of parchment, and it essentially in legalese says that she will not, she'll take over another dimension and not this one. And he says, just have her sign here, here, and here. Thank you for using. It's a hell of a time to make a contract. Peace. And hail chaos and all that.
Okay, I'll see you later, Peanut.
So, you see, lady, this is why you really don't want to take over any world. It's so much bureaucracy. We were lucky that we had somebody to feel it.
Well, bureaucracy is no matter to me when, you're in charge. No one can challenge you. Can I just sign that, please, so we can leave?
Oh, yeah, go ahead. Let me poke it through the bars.
She signs and she initials and she goes, oh, interesting. Didn't realize you knew such an airtight legal guy. And I'll definitely be writing this information down.
Yeah, he mostly does defense rather than prosecution.
Fair enough.
Yeah, better call Peanut.
Can I be free now, please?
Oh, yeah, hang on. Let me go on and pull the lever.
A little bit of personal request from me, if I may. Demyan pulls out the same blueprint for an airship. Do you happen to know where I can find the rest of it?
Oh, yeah, that looks like my friend, I want to say Bob. Sometime he used to, when we were younger, used to go by the Ancient One. Woo, he was a little bit crazy.
Oh, that Bob, yeah.
He should probably have the rest of these plants somewhere. He's the reason they got drawn up. So I'd go find him.
Do you happen to know where I can find that Bob guy?
It's been 100 years. He's quite flighty, but if you ask around, I'm sure someone can get you there.
That's sad. I see I'm already a fan of this Bob based on this blueprint. Well, it's not like we don't have our own airships, but this one, I'd love to see the rest of the blueprint.
Of course. Shall we leave?
Why don't you press the button already?
Hey, I was working on it, but you kind of started talking. I thought it was rude to interrupt.
I mean, we could talk without that door between us.
Pull the lever.
The door swings up.
See how it feels?
The door swings open, and she kind of shoves the chest at you and goes, I don't really have any use for this. I could take over things without something as pittance as gold. And as you guys gather up your gold and carry the chest out and you leave the exit door, are you taking Guidebot with you?
Yes, I'm taking the Guidebot with me.
Okay.
I like this Guidebot.
The Guidebot continues with you. And as you exit the door, you find yourself back at the pier where the pirates are waiting. Did you shove the chest into the bag of holding, or what are you going to tell them about the treasure?
No, the chest we hold open. I mean, they were expecting some kind of treasure. We just don't tell them that we have a bag full of rubies.
Fair enough. And Captain Harry Blue comes up and he says, you did it. I am no longer a failure. I suppose you all want equal cuts, right?
Also, she's coming with us. Meet, Demyan turns to Guy, but wait, I never asked for your name, did I?
You could just... Wait, who are you talking to?
To Guidebot.
Guidebot. I'm just called Guidebot. If you want to give me a name, that's totally fine.
We'll think about this later. Welcome on board, you're my new friend.
And you all sailed back towards Nicomoy. Kind of. It takes a while, but you all get back. And this has been a Dicing with Death episode of the Fire-Breathing Kittens. Today we were joined by Demyan.
Yay, I have my personal bot.
And Jimmy Potatoes.
When they say, hey, Demyan, how about you go and make some friends? They don't actually mean go and make some friends.
Bye.
You've reached the end of the show where we tell you about a podcast you might enjoy. Have you heard of Bloody Happy Hour? Bloody Happy Hour brings a whole new meaning to Thirsty Thursday as they talk true crime while sipping on some murder. Weekly episodes are released every Thursday and bonus episodes every Tuesday. Check out Bloody Happy Hour, a podcast.